The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.
Good everybody and welcome to the Trader Cobb Crypto Show. Hope you're having a good start to your day or end of your day, whatever time it is in the world where you are at. We have seen the market, Bitcoin in particular, come off again, nearly 10% again overnight, and the rest of the market in the top 10 has unsurprisingly followed suit. Now I've got to tell you one thing that is the truth. I closed my short yesterday on Bitcoin against dollar just simply because I had a higher low and a higher high there on my 2-hour chart. It closed for a 17-1, as you know, because you listened yesterday. It was a great trade. I was happy to close that and look for another opportunity. Now on the 4-hour time frame, it pulled back into the cradle zone, gave a beautiful small candle, but there was definitely a reason why I did not take that trade because of the MACD, the divergence. But the 8-hour did set up marvelously well, and I know that a number of you within the community will have taken that trade. So you're probably short once again on Bitcoin, and let's see if we can get to 3,000. I'm not suggesting that we will. I'm not willing it down that far, guys. But what you've got to understand is this market can and will go lower. If you find yourself every time the market has a little green day or a big green day thinking that's the bottom, you need to change the way you think, because it's just pure optimism, pure hope. And pure optimism and hope is a wonderful thing to have, but it's not going to serve your bank balance. You need to think about what's actually going on. The fact of the matter is that there's plenty more space to the downside right now. If we look at the Bitcoin chart, plenty of room to go lower. 3,000 is the only level that I can see that is of any significance to me at the moment. Now, if we were to break 3,000, well, geez, we really hit hammer time then. And what would go on? Well, I'll keep doing what I'm doing, and that is looking for shorting opportunities. Hopefully, I've got one as we go down that level, if we do approach those sorts of levels. But you've just got to think outside of what you want and start being focused on what is. And I find that especially in crypto, and look, I've seen this in traditional markets too. A lot of people trade what they think, not what they see, and they think it's going to go high, and they want it to bounce, and they're emotionally and financially attached to one outcome. So therefore, it clouds their judgment, it clouds their vision, and that is a really dangerous thing. If you're trading a market, you need to trade that market. You need to be active in that market. You cannot be biased. You need to focus on what is, not what is not, because it will only do you damage. Going through, and I've looked at Bitcoin Cash down 5.6%, Ether against the dollar 8.39%, and EOS now 6.47% down. Again, all of these markets have pulled back into that cradle zone absolutely beautifully, not suggesting that they offer trading opportunities, but they've pulled back into that area that I talk of so frequently. If you guys don't know what it is yet, you're mad. You're mad dogs, because it works, and it's what got me that massive short on Bitcoin and many others as well. Now, guys, the other thing is, if you haven't subscribed, if this is your first time listening or you haven't subscribed to the podcast, what are you not doing it for? Come on. I put a lot of work in here. You get to hear all the interviews with all these awesome people. All they ask is that you share it out, that you subscribe, and that you use the resource. So please share it around if you haven't already. Getting on now through a Cardano down 7%. Stellar Lumen has held its ground quite well throughout the year, but today, in fact, it has not. It has broken down through the support that was sitting around 18 cents, and it's sort of having a bit of a shocker, down 11%, the largest mover to the downside in the top 10 today. It is grinding away. It did pull back into that cradle zone, as I said before, and you know what? It actually was convergent, and there was an opportunity there if you could trade that with a bit of leverage there. NEO against the dollar on Bitfinex continues to drive lower again, following on what we saw on Bitcoin with this slide continuing to move lower. This market is definitely looking weak right now. The one thing that we have got that I can say is that because we haven't broken to new lows on these midterm timeframes like the 4 and 8 hour, there is still the very unlikely but potential for this to be a higher low before we then move to a higher high on those midterm timeframes. Now, that's the optimism speaking in me, but the reality is we are midway through the move. I would prefer to see new lows cracked in so I can actually start to look for some more opportunities to the downside. I like to trade trends. Well, guess what? Since we broke down, we have had trends. And guess what? We've also had some fantastic trading opportunities, many within the community having the best 2 weeks of trading of their life. Again, I would much prefer to see this market in an uptrend. But the reality is markets go up and they go down, and crypto is very, very special in the sense that when it goes up very, very quickly, and when it goes down very, very quickly, which means for a trader, it's an absolute bomb of a market. The best market in the world by a long shot, in my opinion, in my view, and guess what? Also in my experience. So guys, have a great day. Equip yourself with the right tools to do well. Christmas is coming up. You're probably going to have a break. So get your head into some education. Let's get you going. Let's get you trading. Hopefully 2019 is going to be an absolute ball terror of a year, and we go up and up and up and up and up. But for the time being, we need to focus on what is, and the market is having a hard time. Have a good day. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.